Enemy taking C.
Hello YouTube, this is World Lord Black Ops Pro, and today I'm going to talk about the skill-based matchmaking in this game because it is a key part of the matchmaking in this game. I mean, it's not purely connection-based like it was in other games, and I'm going to kind of compare the skill-based matchmaking in this game to other games, like most notably Black Ops 2, and I'm going to go over kind of what we know about it so far because Sledgehammer hasn't really released any official information on it, because if they did, I mean, you can imagine how much more this system would be abused than it already is, because sometimes I can run into lobbies and I see people just going 0 and 200, and that's just reverse boosting. And I understand why they do it, because the skill-based matchmaking is designed to make the game more competitive, but the problem is it's implemented wrong. I mean, sure, it's good in ranked play, but not in pubs. Pubs are for casuals, and yeah, I don't blame them, because, you know, if you're playing sweaties 24/7 all day every day, it's gonna get boring after a while, going like maybe barely positive, like fighting to get that 1 KD, and not getting any streaks higher than like maybe UAV. I mean, that's gonna get pretty boring pretty fast, and yeah, I don't blame people for reverse boosting. But let's kind of go into what I think the skill-based matchmaking is based off of. So there are two factors which I think the skill-based matchmaking is mainly based off of, which is KD, so kill death ratio, and score per minute. Now KD is probably the most important of these two, because KD basically it's basically a measure of how many gunfights do you win, like how many kills do you take per death. And yeah, I know kill streak kills are included in there, but it's basically just an estimate about how many gunfights, like what's the likelihood of you winning a gunfight, and the higher the number, the higher so-called skill level you have, and also score per minute. So score per minute kind of ties into this, but unfortunately, objective players, like for example, if you play domination and you're always capping flags, you're gonna have a high score per minute, even though you don't maybe not have a lot of kills. So even relatively bad players can still get into a higher score per minute bracket just because they're playing the objective. So it definitely is a flawed system. But I mean, there's a lot of ways around it, so no need to worry, guys. Like, reverse boosting is here. I mean, it was in Black Ops 2 when they had skill-based matchmaking in that game, but fortunately, Treyarch realized that they screwed up and they took it out. I mean, pretty early on in the game's life cycle. And hopefully they do the same with this game. But guys, this game is dedicated to MLG. Like, if you just look at everything that makes up this game, it looks like it's catered to MLG, like made for MLG, not the casuals. Even though like MLG only comprises probably around 4% of the community. Like, I'm talking about MLG and pro players, and that's only about 4%. And yeah, so you can definitely tell that this was one of those mechanics that they put in the game just to appease the MLG fan base, or I'm not a fan base. Well, that and the MLG pro players themselves, was to make public matches more competitive. And yeah, I understand their intention, and also probably another intention was because they didn't want to scare new players off from the franchise. And I get that, but that's why there's combat training. That's why there's bots. I mean, the problem with this, even on it screws over good players because it punishes them for doing well by putting them in sweaty lobbies, and it doesn't do any good to new players because it doesn't teach them what actual Call of Duty feels like. Like, it sugarcoats their experience to make them have a better time and make them enjoy it more, but it doesn't actually help them at all. I mean, the only way you're gonna get better is by playing against better people of better skill level. So that's how you learn how to get better at the game, and noobs aren't gonna learn that, unfortunately. So there's a few problems there, but hopefully they do take it out. But I'm just gonna talk about some common misconceptions about it now. So some people think that prestige or just level in general affects your skill-based matchmaking and gets you into sweatier lobbies, and that's just simply not true. I mean, it's not like Sledgehammer's confirmed or denied anything about it yet, but it's just that does, if you think about it, like, that skill, like, level does not determine skill, like, much less than KD or score per minute does. Because let's think about like Black Ops 2. if someone is a prestige master, that doesn't necessarily mean they're good. That just means they put a lot of time in the game, they played it a lot, and they got a lot of score. But it could have taken them like maybe like 50 days to get there, like, which is a hell of a long time to get to a rank like that. But it could have taken them a ridiculously a long amount of time. So that doesn't necessarily mean they're good. So I mean that's one problem with that. Another problem is their Sledgehammer with the double XP weekends, and they're giving out free XP with Mountain Dew codes and stuff. I mean that's gonna be kind of chaotic in terms of the skill-based matchmaking algorithm, because it's gonna be people who, if it was based on level, people who got more double XP would be in a higher bracket than people who maybe just who just played normal, who didn't get any double XP or didn't play double XP weekend. So that, I mean, that doesn't really make sense. So I do not believe it has to do with level. But here's another interesting thing I think I found out about skill-based matchmaking, that it doesn't really matter who your host is, but because, like, let's say if you have like a friend who's really bad at the game, like he has a 0.5 KD, and you have like a 3 KD or something like that. If he hosts and you're in the lobby, I still believe you're gonna be paired up with sweaties, and because I think it takes the highest skilled player and puts that into them into that kind of lobby. Because I did a little bit of research, and a bunch of YouTubers are saying that like they have friends that are bad, and whenever they play with them, like they always get their ass handed them, essentially, because the YouTuber is being put in a higher bracket, and then that friend's just being pulled along, and even though the friend's host. So I don't think it has to do with host. But what I do think is that everyone, if for example, if you want to get in easy lobbies by reverse boosting, everybody in your party needs to be at a low KD, low score per minute, and the best way to do that would be to use the NA45 sniper rifle, because if you guys don't know, that's an explosive sniper rifle. You just aim it at the ground, and it works better than the mods. But if you don't have the sniper yet, just use the mods. They work pretty much the same, but the NA45 is just a little bit faster. But everyone needs to have a really low stats, because even if even one person has that, they can kind of potentially wreck your party and put you in higher and sweatier lobbies. Now, about sweaties and lobbies. So even if you reverse boost and you have like a 0.5 KD, that does not guarantee you Timmy no thumbs in every single lobby. And the reason for that is the pub stompers. Now, the pub stompers definitely reverse boost. I mean, they don't like competition. They want to go in there, get their DNA bombs, and get the easiest gameplay as possible. And they're going to be doing the same exact thing. So, given that there's a limited amount of lobbies and there's a limited amount of people playing this game, especially since not many people are playing Advanced Warfare, the lobbies are diluted and you're more likely to run into them. So if you do run into sweaties while doing this, they're most likely pub stompers. So yeah, just be aware of that. I mean, there's no flawless strategy to getting easy lobbies. I mean, yeah. So you just kind of, so like if you run a sweaty lobby here and there, like here or there, like, it's not that reverse boost is not working. It's just that, you know, you're probably running into some pub stompers. So guys, hope you enjoyed the commentary. I mean, hope this kind of cleared up some misconceptions about reverse boosting and skill-based matchmaking. And guys, hopefully they take this out of the game, because it is game breaking. So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. This has been World at War, and see you guys later.